A study by the new Economist Foundation has found that migrants contribute around £328 million to the economy every day and are responsible for 4% of GDP. Today, many immigrants around the country are highlighting the contribution they make to Britain's society in a day of action called One Day Without Us. People from both inside and outside the European Union are making symbolic gestures which they'll share on social media. Well, to discuss this, we're joined by Devlin, senior economist at the new Economics Foundation, which carried out the study. Stephen, what do you hope today will achieve?
Well, the One Day Without Us campaign is really about showing a positive celebration of everything that migrants do in this country and all the reasons that we should be thankful for them. So the work that we did shows that migrants are extremely essential in our economy. They contribute a huge amount to our tax coffers. They're essential in a number of different sectors, including our healthcare sector, including food manufacturing, sectors which just would not work without the contribution of these migrants. But part of the campaign is really to demonstrate that migrants are not just components in our economy, although that's important. They're also people. You know, they are leaders in our communities. They are people bringing cultural diversity. They play so many different roles in our society, and we have to be thankful for that and keep that in mind as we go forward over the next months and years negotiating our exit from the EU.
But do you really think a day like today will actually change minds? Aren't people's views on immigration quite entrenched, and in the sense that those who think they are a great idea and that bring benefit to the UK will believe that whatever happens, and those who don't believe it will not have their minds changed by something like this?
Well, one day is not going to change people's minds on really any subject, but we have to remember, you know, why some of these opinions have been formed in the first place. You know, people are right to complain that, you know, there's a lack of affordable housing and that the NHS is under strain, or that there aren't enough good jobs. But what we've seen over the past years is a concerted effort to scapegoat migrants for, you know, what the real problem is, which is a failed austerity agenda. So that message was built up over, you know, days and years, but it had to start somewhere. So I think today is, you know, just one in a series of actions we need to take over the next coming months and years to really change people's minds, assert, you know, what we believe to be the huge contribution that they make. And I don't think it will happen in a day, but I think there is also already a huge strain of public support behind migrants. So, you know, we are a large way there. The Brexit vote really shouldn't be interpreted as a mandate to cut immigration. There is no evidence that people want to see cuts to immigration at any cost. What they were promised was reductions in immigration and access to the single market, and it's become clear that that's not an option. So I think there is no mandate for the types of immigration cuts that the government's trying to pursue. I think we need to build a popular campaign to stand up for the rights of migrants, and I think today is a big contribution to that.
Stephen, though, I'm sure a lot of people will say that they voted in favour of Brexit because of migration. They voted because they couldn't get an appointment at their doctor's surgery, because they couldn't get their kids into the local school, because there was too much pressure on places. There are a lot of people who do believe that.
Yeah, well, as I say, I think it's right that communities complain that there are significant problems they're experiencing with housing, with health services, with you know, not having enough good jobs. I think those are legitimate complaints. But cutting down immigration is categorically not going to solve those problems, and we would be lying to those people if we said that it did. So we can do things to solve these problems. The government has powers already. They can be putting in and enforcing much stronger minimum wage laws. They can be building affordable houses on public land. There are things we can do that can sort these economic problems today, and cutting immigration is not going to contribute to that.
OK, Devlin from the new Economics Foundation, thank you.